was live on.
Spin the ball. Down and quiet.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the official first episode number 1 for the RCRC podcast. My name's Tiny, and my co-host from the Truth Motorsports racing team, illustrious Truth Motorsports racing team. We've got Jason, the Hack, and Dave, the Bald. Dave got a fresh haircut today. So
I got a ball cut.
Yeah. All right. We are up to 2 whole followers. We are killing it. All right. So we are going to try to keep this to 30 minutes tonight. So we're going to do our best. And I am not one that is famous for brevity, but we're going to jump right into it. We actually have notes. We have like a plan, much better than episode 000. So, all right, we're going to hand it off to Jason to do a quick recap of the Adrenaline RC Spring Fling. What are your thoughts, man?
Spring Fling, my thoughts are I'm a little bummed it wasn't outside. It got rained out. The outdoor track looks pretty cool. The indoor track was a lot of fun. It's a pretty fast layout. It's real important. You have to keep the rubber down. That's really the key out there. And it's easy to mess up, but there's a couple of tricky spots. But overall, it was a really fast, fun layout. It's a shame we couldn't have gone outside, but I think pretty much all day Saturday was rain. So a couple of people got out there to practice, and they said it was tricky. I think in the far right corner as you're coming back towards the driver's stand, it looks like it's a little bit off camber, and there's a jump into the corner, and you probably have to take that slow. But the outdoor track looks good. I can't wait to hit that later this year.
It
was a fun time. I did E-Truggy, Nitro Truggy, and Nitro Buggy. And Tiny, you did E-Buggy, Nitro Buggy, Nitro Truggy, right?
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
We had the first Nitro Truggy race at Adrenaline in the 2024 season. Yes, we agree, Bryce. Tough track, especially when you're trying to get that first double, trying to stop on the downside of that and not end up in the fence. So I think I ended up single in that front double in the truck the whole time. I did the same thing the weekend before with the short course truck, 10 scale weekend, because you had to nail it, 10 out of 10 times, because if you crashed one time, that little 10th of a second that you gained was definitely all gone if you had to wait for somebody to marshal you, because they weren't going to run over there into traffic. So
I think the whole qualifying rounds, Seth was saying that on the microphone. Hey guys,
I remember Seth saying it about 1,300 times that he thought it was faster.
And nobody listened in quals, but for the mains, if you watch the A mains, maybe not the pros, but the open class was definitely rolling that jump. So
yeah, I agree. The consistent line was definitely to roll it. Especially a buggy, you can get away with it because you didn't have to send the buggy as hard to clear it and get to downside it, and you could stop a lot easier. But the trucks just had so much momentum. You'd slide out, and I just don't know that it was that much faster to go so deep in that corner and then have to turn around. So Shout out to Jason. Got a podium. Actually, you bumped in. What'd you bump out of? You bumped out of our nitro buggy.
No, I
B-man.
bumped out of E-Truggy, bumped from B to A.
Right, but
And
we
then
were both in the nitro buggy. You got
Yeah.
first in the, what was that, the C main?
No, Nitro Buggy, I got second in the B main.
Yeah, but you bumped because we were both in the same main, remember? Because you were in first, I was in second. And then I broke with like less than a minute left and then ended up getting third.
That was Nitro Buggy?
Yeah, that was nitro buggy. Then you transferred to the A main.
What?
Yeah.
No,
And
no,
there
I
was
went
only-
B main.
there was only, it must have been a B main. Yeah. So there was two mains. Then there was, then you were in nitro truck.
Nitro Truck. I landed third place.
We made it 30 minutes. So we lobbied for a 30-minute main, and 5 of the 7 trucks made it. So that was pretty cool. My first 30-minute main in a nitro.
And it was a tight race. It was me, Brock, and John. And I think we were all on the same pace.
Yeah, you guys were on the same lap all the way to the end, I think. Ended up on the same lap. So that was a great race.
Will was way out front.
Will was in a different race. He was like sitting on the sidelines when we got done, like having a
He
sandwich.
kept passing me. I was like, "Are you going around me again?" Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that might have been the first time he ran nitro truck. I think that was new for him.
Yeah, because
So-
Javon was helping him get it set up.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Nitro truck for the win. I'm just telling you, everybody hates on nitro truck, and that's because I don't know why, but they're they're just a lot of fun. Nitro in general, as my famous compadre says, Lefty the Great. Nitro is definitely the glory.
That's
I'm
where
also
it's at.
behind the 8 ball. I have no nitro yet, so
Hey, I know a guy. I know a guy that can help you out. So, all right. I think we are way over our 5 minutes for the spring fling. We're already behind schedule.
All right,
All
so
right,
while
so
we were at
everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
So
So we're gonna move on. The last weekend, I got invited by Don Siller and Rick Blunt and Justin Slayton. Is that how you say his last name?
yeah,
So we went down to World of RC. Brad Clifford, I think. Man, I should probably write these names down before
Yeah.
people don't even. He doesn't even know my name. So they hosted a 12-hour endurance race in the parking lot of World of RC. It was a ton of fun. It was an extremely long day. We got there on Friday. You had to pick up the car. You couldn't pick up the car until 4:00 on Friday. Then you had to build the car, and from kit, fresh open box, and build it. And I thought these things were ready to run. They are not ready to run. It is a tree of plastic parts, bags, just like any other regular kit. So Rick got to work, built the car, and Don finished up the lights and got the body ready and everything. We were able to run a little bit Friday night. We could run till 10 o'clock. I think I only ran 1 pack. I had 2 packs charged, but I don't think I got the second pack out. So I ran 1 pack just to kind of get a feel for the layout. The layout was pretty big. I don't know what the actual dimensions, but it was, if you've been to World of RC, it was essentially from the front gate to the building and all the way from there to the other edge of the fence. So there was a driver's stand, so probably about 8-10 feet off the back fence, but however far that is, 100 feet, 80 feet, something like that. And the whole thing was full of track, so it was a lot of fun. They were Tamiya TT01s, $130 car, and built, and essentially they made it. Most of them made it 12 hours. A few of us broke chassis and had to swap electronics into a new chassis. That was probably, I would say, maybe half the field ended up having to swap chassis. And, but, for a brushed motor, 2-cell, less than 130C, I think, or 120C, one of the two. It was a ton of fun. What's up, Anthony? So we raced for 12 hours with about 2 hours left. We were as high as second place in Sportsman. We were up by 20 some odd laps at one point in second place. The first place car was completely checked out. They finished up like 140 or 160 laps, something like that. But we ended up with 2 hours left. There was, we were up about 20 laps, roughly 20 laps on P4, and we were down about 20 laps from P2. So we were in P3. We basically came up with our plan. You had to run at least 7 stints apiece. So, and every time you made a driver change, you had to change a battery. You didn't have to change drivers every time you changed batteries, but every time you changed drivers, you had to change a battery. Just about a 3-minute driver or battery change. We ended up fiddling with our headlights too much, changed tires a little too much. So we kind of learned some lessons there, but with about 2 hours left, we were down 20, up 20 roughly. So we had our fast guy. Rick was our fastest driver against their slowest driver. And I watched him pass the guy 5 times. And at the end of the stint, we were still down 21 laps. And so I was like, there's something wrong. I physically watched him pass him 5 times. We should be at least five laps best. We noticed that about every 5th lap, our transponder was dropping. So we were having a long lap about every 5th lap. So we pulled the car off and we did a battery change to Rick. We checked the transponder, make sure it was blinking. Then we started paying a lot closer attention. In that last two hours, we lost probably 20 laps. To the very end of the race, after 12 hours, we took P3 by 20 seconds. After 12 hours of racing, we were on the same lap with P4, and it was crazy. It was a crazy adrenaline rush to try to hold them off. And basically, I just told Rick, I said, "Hey, don't race anybody. Don't crash into any walls. You have to just keep it in the center of the lane. He has to pass you twice in the last like 3 or 4 minutes." And he came up to him. We yelled at him, let him go. He went by. Then they, got to it within 20 seconds. Thanks, Bryce. But it was a ton of fun. So all that being said, a little birdie told me that some guy with the long, luscious beard is considering getting his own loop, finding a parking lot, and maybe one day there will be one of those hosted up here in the Virginia area. So
Justin said it was a heart stopper.
There was a lot of stress in that last 30 minutes because it would stop. It wouldn't count. We'd yank, he'd pull it off. We'd yank the car out. We'd power cycle it, wiggle the cable, do everything we could to try to get the dang thing blinking again. And then it would count for a little while and then it would stop. And every time it stopped, we lost a lap and we were only up 20 laps. And so it was crazy.
So how long do you think you would host the race? 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours?
We would probably see what people are interested in. 12 hours is too long, in my opinion. It was a lot of fun, but I think 8 hours is plenty. So we will probably see what people want to do and see what the interest is. But I think there will be some fun to be had with those little cars. So for $130, you can't beat it. So much. We did, I think Rick calculated 9 miles. We drove at 9 miles. We did over 1,400 laps. Average lap time for the whole thing was like 29 seconds, but that was with a 30 or 40 minute lap, calculated in there, which kind of throws off everything. I would say we were probably, the low 20s, 22, 23, something like that for average lap time, which, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, Anthony's in. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that as we come. All right, so you guys tell us about Leaned Out. You guys did the season opener for Leaned Out. Why don't you take the lead on this one, Dave? Since you podium.
All right. Well, lucky, I guess. Well, shout outs first to Rusty and getting that new layout together. He nailed it. I like that layout much better than last year's. So much fun. It's technical. It's not glass smooth. You have to drive it. And it was cool to have Daniel, pit right behind me because he gave me some pointers and he helped me out. He drove my car, checked the setup, helped me out, and ended up, giving me tires for the main so I didn't have to run on super soft because the second qualifier I was traction rolling. So he helped me out there. But it was a blast, man. It was so much fun. And my first qualifier, I managed to take the win on that one. Qual 2 was a third and then had a rough start in the main. First turn was last and then managed to somehow, wasn't even paying attention. I don't know how it happened, but I managed to finish second in the main. And like I said, I didn't even pay attention to what anybody else was doing. I was just focusing on the car, trying to drive it, and it pulled out a second place for me, so I can't complain. And then come to find out, the way I found out I got second was I put my car down, got off driver's stand, put my car down, walk all the way over to the other side of the track, and I'm sitting there on my bucket ready to marshal the next one. And Stacy comes over, and she's yelling across the track at me. And the next race was already warming up, so I couldn't hear anything. We were yelling back and forth at each other. And she's like, "You got to come take pictures." And I couldn't hear. I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" So I had no idea to the point where Stacy was yelling at me to come take pictures for the podium. So it was cool. It was a good time, good weekend, good people. Me, Jason, Daniel, everybody had a bunch of laughs. And there was actually quite a few new faces at the track, too. So that was a cool turnout. One of the guys who posted on Leaned Out's page, I introduced myself to him, and he said a couple people. I think Jason actually helped him out with car setup a little bit, and he managed to improve by the end of the day. So that was good.
I gave him some pointers when he was marshaling. I volunteer marshaled, and I was out there with him, and asked him if he knew how to turn down the power in his speed controller or on his transmitter. And I think Bryce actually found him in the pits and gave him a set of tires to use. And yeah, he came out swinging that second round. So that was really cool.
Yeah, he did good. Bryce, speaking of Bryce, he was having a blast up on the driver's stand. Yelling, screaming.
And just like adrenaline, this is another track layout where it's important that you just keep the rubber down. And there's some more jumps at Leaned Out, just like at adrenaline, where you're probably faster rolling them. And Reese, I don't know if anybody caught on to this, but Reese gave us the recipe for doing 11 lap pace. And he had a short course truck out there, and all he did was roll every jump and just go fast between the pipes. And he got 11 laps, I think both qualifiers. So he was jumping and messing up the first qualifier, but he rolled everything the second. And, I'm guilty. I think there was a couple races where I only did 10 laps, and for a short course truck to be out there doing 11, just rolling everything, that just shows you take it easy, keep it cool. And that was a tricky track, especially early in the day and practicing on Friday. Once it wore in, some of the bumps I think smoothed out a little bit. It got a little bit better. So
and I mean, well, Daniel and Jason actually let me drive their nitro buggies for the first time, so that was cool. Get my hands on a nitro buggy, and got the for Daniel, even though he didn't finish his main. He told me today, actually earlier, that a clutch spring broke, so we'll get him next time, and hopefully I can speed up refueling the car for him.
So what was you guys' hot lap?
I think mine was a 32.2 or 32.3, I think it was, if I remember. Nothing when you compare it to Maddie and Sean Kochik and stuff like that. I mean, they were all breaking into the upper 20s, 29s, 28s.
Nice.
So,
what about you?
A long way to go.
Thorn Dog?
I think I did some 30s. I'd have to
Yeah.
check.
You got down into the 30s?
I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, we are super excited to get back down there for the upcoming VCS race. A few weeks, a month. We should probably know that. But so now the topic we have all been waiting for. We have been waiting for this topic all year, all 3 months of this year. Next weekend, it's Cycle Nitro Blast time.
Oh, yeah.
We are all headed down. This will be our first race where we're actually all three together. We'll be repping the new Truth Motorsports swag as long as some guy gets it done tonight.
Have to make a phone call to him, see where he's at.
Yeah, we need to talk to our production crew because they are definitely slacking, screwing around till 12 o'clock last night and getting absolutely nothing done. So we'll be repping some new Truth Motorsports swag and maybe some flashy new bodies for a member of the team and definitely some cool new stickers. The stickers will definitely be done because they're the easiest thing to do. So, but
Actually, hold on, Tiny. Sorry to interrupt you. I apologize. But speaking of Little Birdie before, Little Birdie messaged me earlier and might want to join possibly and run the Mugen side of things.
I had some conversations. There might be in the works a Mugen member of the team coming soon.
I hope so.
Have to make sure he's willing to sign the huge contract that I make you guys sign, and all the requirements. It's a lot. It's a big burden. But the pay is extraordinary. I mean, so many zeros in the pay. More zeros probably than you can count.
I was going to say I haven't seen it go up from there yet, but it's everything's a start.
There's so much overhead; it's becoming concerning.
But yeah, maybe in the future podcast we might be able to bring on our potential fourth member of the Amigos, and that'll be kind of cool. Let's see.
What talking about Anthony, but you said Mugen, so it must not be.
Anthony, he got some work to do. He's he's getting there. He's a little too fast for our team. He'll be in the comments in a second. Don't worry.
PMB. It was Daniel Orlando's brother that told me about PMB back in 2007, and I think the first one was actually 2008. I really wanted to go. That was so long ago. We didn't get to go.
Just think, 14 years later, you're actually going to
finally going.
All it took was finding you at Beast of the East and being like, "Hey, do you have somebody to pit with at PMB?"
Yeah,
and here we go.
That's how this crazy story started. Was Jason inviting himself to my team to? And I'm just kidding. He said, "Hey, are you going to go to PMB?" I said, "Well, I'd like to." And but we knew we were going to have puppies, and so my wife, who pits for me in Nitro, was not going to be. She hasn't been to any races this year because we've had puppies, and so what work? I knew I was going to be struggling to have pit person. He was like, "Hey, let's pit for each other." I was like, "Sweet." So yeah, and then one thing led to another, and here we are. So
Dave, have you been planning on going for a while, or did it just sort of happen right now?
No, I've been planning on it since probably a couple weeks before Beast of the East, because knowing that I bought the trailer and stuff like that, trying to set it up to actually go to these races. I've been putting the bigger races on the schedule, so it's just been working out that with my wife and everything. So it's like timing's perfect for this season. So
it's nice then scheduling your daughter's spring break around B&B. That was awfully nice of it.
Yeah. I didn't thank the principal and everything. So
yeah, exactly. Gonna have to send.
No, it was just good timing, man. And me being new to this, I'm barely dipping my toes in the water here with this RC racing and getting to know the big races, how everything works, and so I'm probably gonna get chewed up and spit out, but it's okay. You gotta just throw yourself to the wolves and see what happens. You know, it is
Hey.
what it is sometimes.
Even the F main is fun. I can tell you from experience. Even the F main is fun.
I mean, you know what? Either way, if it ends up, I don't care if I come in last, man. We're gonna have a good time. Good people are around. You know, we know you guys, you, Jason. I think we're gonna be next near Rusty, right? Pitting too.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get some pit spaces together. Hey, if you
Yeah.
guys are coming to PNB, Jason and I are gonna get there pretty early. So if you guys want to try to pit with us, we're gonna try to get some decent pit spaces. Shoot me a message. We'll see what we can do. I don't know that I can get 30 pit spaces, but you know, we'll be pitting in the trailer with the new Truth Motorsports headquarters on wheels, and then Dave and his trailer, and then Rusty with his trailer. Let's see. So we are at 26 minutes. We were way behind. This 30 minutes thing is going to be tough for us. But so let's open it up for questions for a couple minutes. Any of our huge 13 viewers?
Oh, we're at 13. Awesome.
13 and
That is
3
cool.
likes.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, down to 12. Dang it. We shouldn't have said nothing. Somebody left as soon as we said 13. Anybody got any questions? I know Anthony's got a question. Anybody who's going to PNB? Who of our huge 12 viewer following, who's going to PNB?
While people are typing questions, you know, F main is so much fun. We're going to do it 4 times over. At least Tiny and I are going to. Dave, you're just running one class, right?
What's that?
You're just running one class at PNB.
Yeah. Yep. For now.
I might even bump from the M main to the N main, or the N L main. So.
Well, I was talking to Javon. Speaking of, you know, talking about PNB, but talking to Javon at Beast of the East, and he's saying just pace yourself, you know, because it's going to be new. So you're going to want to go overboard and stay up. And he said, don't do that. So
There we go.
He gave some, you know, words of advice. So
shout out from some of our North Carolina brethren down there from World of RC. It's good to meet all you guys and hang out. I know Brad's going to be at PNB this weekend. We chatted about that a little bit. So, all right, we're down to 3 minutes. Let's do our product showcase. Let's see here. I should have had all this ready. I'm really good at this. Let's see here.
I don't have my Loctite today.
There you go. All right. So Race Ready Products got hooked up from a couple of different recommendations. I know Anthony loves this stuff. And the Fame Wolf guys, they have a deal, and he's Jason from Race Ready Products is you know, one of the sponsors for the Fame Wolf team, and they get this stuff, and they turned me on to it at Adrenaline, and so I reached out to Jason and said, hey, you know, I'd love to be a dealer for you, and got it worked out. Met him up at Motorama. Cool dude. Does big cars, little cars, races off-road, you know, circle track, all kinds of cool stuff. So I got some of this in the trailer and showed Jason this weekend. This stuff is really, really cool. It's so much better than just running, cleaning your car with the what do you call it? What's the green stuff called?
Simple Green.
Simple Green. Yeah. So this stuff not only is a great cleaner, it literally just like melts especially for nitro, when you get that kind of oily dust from, you know, the exhaust, that crud on your left rear A-arm, you spray this stuff on there and it just starts melting it off, and then hit it with the air compressor, and it actually kind of like treats the plastic a little bit too. So the plastic is like kind of refreshed with it. So and then, you know, the TQ Shine is the other the other half of it, basically, you put this on your body. I mean, you use it on anything. I typically just use it on the body. And the next time that you go to clean, it's much easier, especially for nitro. When you start running nitro, this stuff is essential. I think it's really good stuff and makes running or cleaning up after a long nitro main, a lot easier.
Well, do they sell it by the gallon too? In case I
We
would want
do,
to use
yeah.
it.
So we've
Okay.
got it by the gallon. And basically all these, this is the Race Ready Products website. Their prices are the same prices as ours. So the TQ Shine is $10. I have the Gear Grease as well, which is $10. This is low friction black grease for, CVDs and ring and pinion gear mesh, out drives, O-rings for your shocks, all the stuff that you use grease for.
Mhm.
And then the TQ Clean comes in. I have it in 32 ounces and 1 gallon. So shipping on this stuff is pretty gnarly. So it's nice to be able to get it locally. So I'll have this in a trailer all season. So you can pick it up at the VCS races. If you need some, I'll be at PMB this weekend with the trailer. So you can get some of this stuff from us on the trailer. All right. Now we're over by 2 minutes. We are 1 minute and 20 seconds over. So
Let's give
We
BCS a quick shout out.
one more thing I wanted to make sure we talk about before we get to the raffle of the tires. So we are trying to get Nitro Truggy. We are trying to make Nitro Truggy great again in Virginia. So here's what we're going to do. VCS does not have a Nitro Truggy class officially. So we at Truth Motorsports, because we love Nitro Truggy and we want to incentivize people to come out, we are going to offer a giveaway if we make a Nitro Truggy class, meaning we have 5 people that show up and bring your trucks. Then I will give a random person, we will do a random drawing of the people who are in the class. We are going to give we're going to refund your race entry fee in a gift certificate to Truth Motorsports. And you can collect all those things up. And if you get lucky enough and you win, there you go. Orlando's in. There we go. 3. There's 3 of us already. We just need 2 more people. Brock, John Sherrill. I know you guys are out there. Get your Will Alameda. This is your reason to come to VCS. We will. And if it's cool with VCS guys, I'll even make trophies for the class, just for the Nitro Truggy class. So, but yeah, you can use your $25. You can collect them up if you end up winning 2 of them and get $50. And you could probably get you some really cool. Let's see, maybe
Race Ready Products.
TQ Clean, with your $25 gift certificate. But yeah, so we want to race Nitro Truggy, and Nitro Truggy is even more the glory than Nitro Buggy. So, all right, now the part that everybody is eagerly waiting for, the wheel of names. So let's bring up the wheel of names, the famous, the infamous Pro Circuit wheel of names. All right, so I know it's kind of hard to see these names on the right, or if you can even see my mouse. We have 50 names on the wheel. Let me scroll a little bit slower so you can see all the names that are on the wheel so you can know for sure that you're there. I see some names that I recognize that are here on this podcast.
If Jason wins, we're going to respin it.
Yep.
Let's see here. All right. So, and just a reminder, all of these proceeds are going to the VCS. Actually sent them our sponsorship today. So they got some moolah to do some great stuff for the series. And then there's also going to be some giveaways. You might have a chance to win some more Pro Circuits in the door prize. if you show up to VCS. So you want to get some of these tires, come race with us. Maybe you might be able to get some other tires or some other goodies. We're going to be adding some goodies to the prize pool. So are we ready? We're going to hide this. And we are going to spin the wheel. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Let's see who the winner is. Oh, it's
Bobby Duncan.
Duncan. All right. Congratulations, Bobby. If you're on, give us a thumbs up or a what's up. And if not, I will reach out to Bobby. Bobby bought a bunch of tickets for the last giveaway for the chassis, and bought a bunch and shared this a bunch, to get this thing sold out. Finally sold the last few tickets. And so thanks for your support, Bobby. And we will see you at the track. I will get with you. Delivered the Truggy to Ryan Boscher.
Nice.
Yeah. So he met me on the way down to World of RC. He lives in Richmond. So met him and gave him the truck. He was going to start building it. So super excited to see that. Another.
What did he end up taking? The Nitro
he got
truck?
the E-truck. No, the E-truck.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So got another E-Truggy out there, and I think he's going to rip the factory body, so we'll get to see the rhinoceros out there. Have you seen the body for that truck, Dave?
No, not yet.
It looks like it was chasing parked cars and caught one, but it is super aerodynamic. Yeah, it's just so aerodynamic. So. All right, we're way over time. We did our best, guys. We tried to keep it to 30 minutes. We just want to be this, this to be consumable and so that it's not that 4-hour podcasts are bad, but it takes me 6 days to watch them. So we're trying to keep this to where you can consume it in one sitting, because it's that good. It's it's good enough that you're gonna want to watch it. I'll probably go watch it 3 or 4 more times, just bask in the glory of the RCRC podcast. So, you guys got any final thoughts?
I know Bobby runs short course, pro circuit. Do they do short course in Europe?
Just buggy right now. We do have some truck tires that are allegedly inbound. I believe the Trigons are coming in truck. They are the prototype tires that, or the first run of the tires that that they made for us. So right now it's just buggy tires. They have I don't know, 12 or so different flavors, and super softs, mediums, 2 clay compounds for the I-bars and the kamikazes. I ran the kamikazes in clay on adrenaline, and soft and super soft. I run super soft in the e-buggy and soft in the nitro buggy, and wear was good. I'm a no pro driver. I'm a sportsman of sportsmen, but they're a lot of fun to drive, and be with you. You'll be with us in spirit, Anthony.
Yeah.
Just get an Uber to PMB. You can Uber to PMB. So. Yeah.
See, it might cost more than PNB, but
yeah.
And we've got the VCS series kicking off at Powerline later this month on the 27th, I believe.
There you go, 27th at Powerline. We will be doing some giveaways. Come out and join us, and bring your Nitro Truggy.
Is Pete's Pro RC still in the VCS series at all, or no?
It's right in the middle of the season. I can't remember, June or something like that. So okay. Yeah, it's on the if you go to VCS on Facebook, they've got the schedule posted there.
Okay.
Or you can go on truthmotorsports.com and click on events. All the VCS races are on our events page as well, along with every place else that will be with the trailer. So if you need some S-Works parts, some Techno parts, some Mugen parts, as soon as I order all those things. Right now, S-Works parts, we have some Techno springs, but we're going to be ordering some Techno parts and Mugen parts really shortly. I'm going to try to have them all in for our first kickoff race at VCS round one. So,
All right. Sounds
all
good.
right. Any final thoughts? We will be at P&B bright and early Thursday morning. We'll either get there late Wednesday night. We're leaving Wednesday night and going to drive as far as we can. And then we'll either be there late Wednesday night or early Wednesday morning. Sorry, Thursday morning. Thursday morning.
Jason, when are you planning on leaving? Still Thursday morning?
He's riding with me.
Late Wednesday.
Co-pilot.
okay.
He's
Yes.
co-piloting.
As soon as this weather passes,
All right.
So,
Bryce is looking
All
for
right.
engines and arms, gearboxes.
yeah, if you guys are, if there's something specific you'd like to see us have in the trailer, please shoot me a message. You can hit me up on Facebook on Truth Motorsports Facebook page, or if you want to hit me up on Facebook just on my personal page. Let me know what you want to see in a trailer. I'll do my best to get it in there. I'm going to probably have shock shafts and all the plastic parts that break, A-arms and ball ends and hinge pins, wing mounts, that kind of stuff. We'll have some J-Concept wings in there. We'll have some tires and wheels, foams, all that stuff in the trailer. So already loaded up with some J-Concept stuff, and got to order some more Pro Circuit stuff. But
right.
I'm going to try to carry some Hobby Wing, like a hobby, as at least a Hobby Wing ESC and a buggy and a truggy motor as a spare, for somebody has an issue. And then if I can ever hear back from Tekin, if they give me a dealership, I will. I'll add some Tekin stuff in there too, because a lot of us are on Hobby Wing ESCs and Tekin motors, so seems to be the kind of go-to around here. So, all right, man, or men, guys, fellas.
How many people are left?
We are down to 9 with 4 likes, but that's okay. So they can watch this on YouTube and Facebook after the fact. So I'm sure we'll get some folks that'll check this out later, because it's past, some people are
Yeah,
old.
that's fine.
It's 8:45. So it might be past somebody's bed.
Right on.
No,
This is
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
I still got
thanks
5
for
hours
all
to
9
work.
of you for tuning in.
Yeah. We ended up at like 15 or something like that total at the top. So we'll
Cool.
see. 58 comments. Holy crap. Lots of comments that we need to go and look. 60 comments. What do we got in here?
It's past Daniel's bedtime already.
It's blowing up. And yeah, Bryce got the first Hobby Wing. Got himself a new ESC, and so we had some folks get some thanks to Anthony. We got some folks checking out the Race Ready products last weekend or 2 weekends ago. So come see.
Yeah, I finally met him over the weekend too, so it was nice to meet him.
I'm
New
sorry.
face.
I'm sorry you met Anthony.
Yeah, thanks to Anthony. I feel bad for doing well. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a giver. Anthony's a giver. He wants, he wants to make it. He'll give you a guilt trip. He'll give you, hard time. So, but yeah, we'll definitely. This is our parting word. We are definitely bringing Nitro Truggy back. So, on that note, let's get out of here. So,
Let's roll. See you next time.
see you guys at the track.
Yeah, see you on the next one.